Exodus 22. If you steal an ox or a sheep and slaughter it or sell it, you must pay 5 oxen for every ox and 4 sheep for every sheep. If a thief is caught in the act of breaking into a house and is struck and killed, the one who killed him is not guilty of murder. But if it happens in daylight, the one who killed him is guilty of murder. A thief must make full compensation, but if he has nothing, he must be sold into slavery for his theft. If someone grazes livestock in a field or vineyard and lets them stray into another person's field, the offender must make compensation from the best of his own field or vineyard. If a fire is started and spreads into thorn bushes, so that it burns shocks of harvested grain or standing grain or the whole field, the one who started the fire must make full compensation. If someone entrusts a neighbor with silver or goods for safekeeping, and they are stolen from the neighbor's house, the thief, if caught, must pay double. But if the thief is not caught, the neighbor must appear before God to determine if he has stolen his neighbor's property. In any case of disputed ownership involving an ox, a donkey, a sheep, clothing, or anything else lost that someone claims to be his, both parties must bring their cases to God. The one whom God convicts must pay double to the other. If someone entrusts a donkey, an ox, a sheep, or any other animal to a neighbor for safekeeping, and it dies or is injured or is driven away, and no one sees it, the neighbor must take an oath before the Lord to show that he has not stolen the animal. The owner must accept that, and the neighbor is not required to make restitution. But if the animal was stolen from the neighbor, he must make restitution to its owner. If it was torn to pieces by a wild animal, the neighbor must bring in the torn carcass as evidence, and he will not be required to pay for it. If someone borrows an animal from a neighbor, and it is injured or dies while in the borrower's care, the borrower must make restitution. But if the owner was with the animal, the borrower is not required to pay. If it was hired, the payment covers the loss. If a man seduces a virgin who is not pledged to be married and sleeps with her, he must pay the bride price and marry her. A sorceress must not be allowed to live. Anyone who has sexual relations with an animal must be put to death. Whoever sacrifices to any god other than the Lord must be destroyed. You must not exploit a widow or an orphan. If you exploit them in any way and they cry out to me, I will certainly hear their cry. My anger will be aroused, and I will kill you with the sword. Your wives will become widows, and your children fatherless. You lend money to a fellow Hebrew in need. Do not be like a moneylender, charging interest. If you take your neighbor's cloak as a pledge, return it by sunset, because that cloak is the only covering your neighbor has. What else can they sleep in? When they cry out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. Do not blaspheme God or curse the ruler of your people. Do not hold back offerings from your granaries or your vats. You must give me the firstborn of your sons. Do the same with your cattle and your sheep. Let them stay with their mothers for 7 days, but give them to me on the 8th day. You are to be my holy people. So do not eat the meat of an animal torn to pieces in the field. Throw it to the dogs.